Tractable, obedient, governable, docile. Tractable means able to be easily controlled or handled. It is used about persons and animals. The child became quite tractable when we told her she couldn't watch TV if she didn't obey us. Beth was afraid of horses, so we let her ride the tractable old mare before trying any of the more spirited horses. When used about things, tractable can mean easy to work with, malleable. The sculptor found this type of clay to be quite tractable and used it in many of his works. The opposite of tractable is intractable and is frequently used. The intractable child simply refused to eat his spinach. Well, another form of tractable is tractability. Accede, to agree, it's a verb, and it's also to assent, to consent. The seed part of accede comes from a Latin word meaning to yield, also found in concede and seed. See add under prefixes. To accede to something is to yield to it, as in add seed, as in the add part is to something. To give one's assent to it, often after persuasion. It is followed by to. If you do not accede to our demands, we will go on strike. We will go on strike. The professor acceded to Jim's request for an extra day to complete his paper. The treasurer was not prepared to accede any changes in the budget. Diadem, a crown, ornamental, headband. Ornamental headband. That's a great definition. Crown, a crown, an ornamental headband. Ooh, diadem. A diadem was originally a cloth headband worn worn by Eastern monarchs as a sign of their royal power and dignity. The custom was taken over by Alexander the Great when he conquered their countries. Diadem then came to be used for any kind of crown, used as an emblem of royalty. In an extended sense, diadem can be used to refer to royalty itself. The emperor wore his diadem only on the ceremonial occasions. Upon the death of the king, several powerful dukes contended for the diadem and the scepter of the royal power. Droll, comical, laughable, amusing. Droll comes from the French noun meaning jolly little fellow, buffoon, and the word is still used in this way, but it's most frequently used as an adjective and means amusing in a sly, odd, or whimsical way. The word suggests the soft-spoken humor of a Yankee storyteller rather than the broad slapstick of a clown. Mr. Peters told us a droll story about being mistaken for a famous movie star. The droll bartender had a funny story on every subject. We were all amused by the chimpanzee's droll actions. Many people think droll means serious, which has virtually the opposite meaning. A droll person may have a serious expression while telling a funny story, and this may be the cause of the confusion. Other forms of the word drollery: ennui, boredom, tedium. Note the pronunciation. Ennui is from the French and keeps its French pronunciation. Ennui is a feeling of dissatisfaction and weariness that stems from a lack of interest in one's surroundings and activities. People who feel ennui lack the energy or desire to do the kind of things they might have previously enjoyed. Susan tried to relieve her ennui by going skiing in the Rockies, but when she came back she was just as bored as ever. The sameness of his life provoked a strong sense of ennui in Mr. Simpson. He didn't feel like doing the same old job day in and day out. John had a strong feeling of ennui, that all he did was lie around in the house all day.